Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Leaders Connect and Storyteller Toastmasters Club meeting. I am your Sergeant at Arms for today. This is me, Rashi Jain. I would like to start with one of my recent experience I had when I went on a vacation at my hometown. So I was really very excited for this, and I met all my relatives, extended family, cousins, and of course my best friend as well. And it was kind of so since the time I shifted to Mumbai, I really always look some opportunity to go back to my place and meet these people. It is like you love your place more, I think so, when you moved out from there. So this was kind of a new experience for me, because I've been in that town, in that city for most of my life, like 26, 27 years. So I was really looking forward to going back there and meeting these people and having a good time, and I did have. But while coming back, I felt this feeling that it was enough for me to stay there for 4 5 days, and then I was looking forward to coming back to my daily life in Mumbai. And I felt like, okay, then I thought why it is like that. Because once you are back in your hometown, it is all these people who have been there with you, and they are like part of, really part of the society. They have this mindset of running in those timelines that you all know. And of course, patriarchy is a big part in their day-to-day life. So when someone opt for not getting married, they can't understand that idea, or they can't take it really well. So if I been there for like longer period, then the marriage talks would have started, and everybody was showing their concern that I should get married now. It's a good time to get me into the next phase of my life. But I never argumented with them. I was just smiling and nodding at them, because I felt like there is no point to make them understand why I don't want to do it right now and why I'm not ready for it. So then, while coming back, I was thinking about this thing only. Ki this is the kind of thing I would always do. That I'll go there, I'll meet them, I'll catch up with them, have a good time, and come back again. Mumbai really feel Mumbai really gives me this feeling of liberation, that here people are not so much so getting into your life, or talking about these things or stuff. They really don't get bothered much about what, as a society, I feel here we don't need to be answerable to many of the people here. Actually, you should not be, but yeah, that is how society, status, all these things gets into play. So today, when we are talking about this theme of evil heroes and the gray areas, I feel that these are the things which sometimes like feel like evil, but for them, it is a very normal thing which needs to be done as a part of your life. So, yeah, we'll get more to hear from today's Toastmasters of the day, TM Neetal. Uh, so, yes, as a sergeant at arms, I will introduce you to some ground rules which we need to follow in the whole meeting. Please keep your mobile at silent, and please keep it on mute when you are not speaking. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics, and please turn your video on while the meeting. We'll be happy to see your happy faces, and please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. Before, so yes, I would like to now give the stage to presiding officer for the day, Toastmaster Mohit. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi. That's a fantastic start to our meeting, and I was totally able to relate with everything that you were saying. Whatever you say, it seems like it comes straight from the heart, and every one of us can relate with it. So, yes, it has been my story also. Whenever I'm away from home, I feel homesick and I want to go back to my people. But then being there for too long feels like, okay, there is a bit of intrusion happening, and you want to go back in your free space where you feel liberated and stuff. So totally with you on that. So yes, friends, today as we step into our Toastmasters meeting, there are a lot of things that are happening around, and I want to check with you before we go deeper, like what is it that you're concerned about? What is your fear? What are you concerned about these days? This is an open question for everyone. You can put it on the chat box or unmute and say it out loud.
Concern about not reading much.
Okay. What else? I'm sure there are bigger, deeper concerns. Am I the only one?
Fear of
I'm also concerned lately. I took up this XCOM role of VP membership at our club, and I'm finding it really challenging. So I'm worried if I would be able to match up to the expectations that was already set by our ex VP membership.
Okay. Yeah. Too many things on the platter for Prem Prakash, and for Pavani, it is the XCOM role that she's taken up. Mehak is concerned about health. Okay. What else?
fear of missing out. Like sometimes there's so much happening around you on Instagram, on social media, that you keep thinking that hey, I should have done this and that, while you only have like limited amount of time. So that
Right. Right. Yeah. So there's a lot of FOMO. Yeah. Fear of
yeah.
missing out. Okay. Work pressure for Deepti. Okay, so lots of concerns, lots of things happening around, and one thing that you haven't touched upon, which at least personally I see all around, including my own self, is the fear of job security, and with all those changes happening around us, AI coming into the picture, all those macroeconomic scenario that we live in today. There's a lot of there's a if you ask somebody if you can help me with doing preferring me, the other person would say I'm also serving my notice period right now. That's the kind of scenario that we live in these days. And in this time, and the reason why I picked this up, that we have all of these concerns, and these changes that are happening, and the immediate reaction that we get in these times is that let's stop these investing in things like trainings, or including Toastmasters and other trainings, whereas we should be doing the exact opposite of that. This is the time to invest in yourself. This is the time to upgrade your skills. This is the time to talk to each other also. We don't want to feel like we are alone. Like it's not just me, it's all of us, and we are all in the same boat. So today I wanted to open by telling you that we are all in it together. We will come here week after week. We will upgrade our skills. We'll talk to each other, learn, grow together in the Toastmasters journey. So, this is the safe place where we come week after week to upgrade our communication and our leadership skills. Now, we see a few guests here in the meeting today. Pooja, we would love if you can share about yourself in two lines.
Okay, hello everyone. So I'm Pooja, and I'm a professional working for an MNC as an accounting analyst. And yes, as Mohit mentioned that we need to keep upgrading. It's not only that right now coming AI is coming into the picture. We, as a professional, we must keep on upgrading ourselves, and the most important thing is um, communication. The better we communicate, the better we deliver our idea and can receive idea from others, can accept opinions from others, and Yes, discussing other thing as well, like AI and other skills that can be improved in our professional area. I mean, if I as if like let's suppose I am an finance professional, so I need to be upgraded with the skills that data visualization is one important thing in our stream to have skill to have ourselves upgrade in that skill. um, Likewise, in other stream, like if someone is into cyber security or into or a developer, so they should be having willing to upgrade themselves to keep up with the trend currently, uh, to keep up with the market trend we have. So yes, so my purpose joining Toastmaster to have to have an idea where to keep regularly, I where in which area I need to develop my skills and what skills I need to develop, so that it can be gained only with interaction with other people, what others have, what ideas others have. So joining a community uh, is my purpose for that only, like to know like in what skills, in how many in what skill and when, and which is what is the best time to upgrade that particular skill, one particular skill. So yeah, this is my purpose running to Toastmaster. So,
Great, great. Thank you, Pooja, for sharing that. Yeah, it's really good to know you a little better. And like you rightly said, this is the time to invest in ourselves, and communication is one of the key skills. And it can only improve by practicing. And that's what we do here week after week. So you're welcome to join our club and just experience it. And if you would like to take the membership forward, we would be happy to do so.
okay, thank you. And I'm also from Gurgaon, so I live in sector 71. So yeah, that's it. My
Okay, right, right. Sure, sure. Yeah, a lot of us are here from Gurgaon, so we'll catch up as well soon, hopefully. And I also do see Ira with us today. Ira, would you like to introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Ira and I'm from Delhi. And I am here because I have been in Toastmasters before a couple of years ago when I was in Dehradun, Rishikesh to be precise. But fortunately, life happens and I shifted base and I came to a new city and I lost track of this space, and I think now is the time to come back. So I was when I got the message, I was like, and on top of it, I love the idea that the Toastmasters has chosen for today. Not it was very interesting, quite different from the regular ones which I come across. So I definitely thought I'll come. And as far as the fear that we're all dealing with, I agree. The fear of redundancy has been looming overhead all the time. If you don't keep up, you lose out. So I guess by not being in contact with this skill of speaking for some time, I felt that I'm also inching towards that redundancy, that absence of practice of speaking communication. So I thought today's a good day to start.
That's really great, Ira. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk more in the table topics and other sections, and we look forward to your feedback. We also have TM Pavni with us. TM Pavni, we would get to hear more about you in the table topics. We already know a bit about you, but we'll have your introduction in the table topics. In interest of time, we will keep the meeting going for now. I hope that's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and now talking about communication and leadership, there is one thing that all of us should be aware of. Last night, there was World Champion of Public Speaking 2025. Not sure how many of you attended it or were able to get a chance to attend it online. Um, some of the perks we get as we get involved in the leadership roles in Toastmasters, just so you know, our district director, Toastmaster Gaurav Chaudhary, is traveling to US at a highly subsidized rates to attend this international conference. And he's also had the opportunity to experience the World Champion of Public Speaking live. Not only him, but other senior district officials, including our program quality director, are currently traveling to the US to experience the World Champion of Public Speaking and other segments of the international convention, which happens this time every year live. So these are the reasons why you should take up the leadership roles at the club level and then graduate to the district level as well as you continue in your journey. Do take a few minutes to go to YouTube, look for World Champion of Public Speaking 2025, and watch the top three winners YouTube videos, which are available for free for all of us to watch. So with that, I would like to hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, somebody who's from Hyderabad, somebody who's a chartered accountant, somebody who works with Deloitte India, somebody who's the Vice President of Education of Leaders Connect Toastmasters, somebody who's looking at overcoming her loss of reading, and somebody who's an extremely good fitness enthusiast. Let's welcome on stage with a huge round of applause, Toastmaster Neetal Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Today you are hero of the day. You have given our lovely introduction and I loved it. So good morning, everyone. Before we start our meeting, I would encourage everyone, if they had not had their cup of tea or a chai, get it one when you get a break. This is not a serious talk that we are talking about, not a GAN session, or not we are here to fix anyone. We are here to enjoy the moment, be in the present moment, and pull each other's leg. Description of today's meeting, or the title of today's meeting is Hero, Villains, and Grey Shades. So it might sound something big, something grand, but we face it everyday life. Suddenly, someone might be a hero for in the morning when they give us a cup of coffee, and become villain in the night when they ask us to shut down the TV or keep the mobile aside, or we become villain in our kids' life when we ask them or dictate them. So it's not the grand gestures that matters, but the moment, the thoughts that come in when you think about someone. It could be a hero or a villain or a gray shades. So it's basically a real life just with the background music. In movies, hero saves the cities, but in our homes, heroes finds the TV remote. On screens, villains plot world domination, but our inboxes, villain sends an email at 12:59 p.m. 11:59 p.m. says, as per my last email, and then he sleeps like a baby, taking our night sleep away. And we live in a glory, glad, gray shades. We arrive late, but we are proud of it and say traffic sucks. We say we are leaving now to a friend and still hunting for the sock or the key. So here today, we'll discuss our different shades of our life and our heroes that we admire about. For me, I have divided my theme. In a way, I want everyone to participate. So that's the rule number one. And the rule number two is not to be perfect, but to participate with enthusiasm. Picture a normal morning. One finds a key in 2 seconds. They are star of the day. Someone finishes the last idli or the dosa and then asks us, do you want one more? They are cute troublemakers. And the rest of us are still loading the bar at 73%, but keep telling us we will be 100% on it today. So someone can be hero in our life who also left for us, maybe our neighbor, but someone's who parks the vehicle in between and not let us move. So no heavy talk, just our favorites, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, and Batman. They are my superheroes. And we will talk about more superheroes in the sections. And with our Hollywood, we can also talk about our Bollywood superheroes or the gray shades. From the Gabbar Singh, Kitne Aadmi The, from Mogambo, Joshua, and from our Jab We Met Geet, Let's Go vibe, or from our Three Idiots Rancho, Why Not? Or can wear a specs like Chilbul Pandey in the reverse way. So before we start, I would like to ask who was a hero for you today or a villain? Spoiled your Sunday morning. Yep, one. That's strange.
So
I
the
see.
yeah, for me it was Didi, how my house help. I don't know, she has to come as early as possible for making for preparing lunch. She prepares lunch by she complete preparing lunch by 7, and she needs to leave by 7:15, and that what she has prepared at 7 a.m. we eat it for lunch at 12:30. Like she prepares everything before 7 a.m. So it is like it is my house help who like disturb my sleep, and for me regularly for every day she is my villain.
Yep, can be. So Toastmaster Mehak, who was hero for you today?
Nothing happened as such to turn someone as hero today.
Very good. So you are a hero for yourself today.
There is one villain, I would say. We are having some work done in our home. So those person are the villain right now. I'm not able to use the area, some part of area in my house right now.
What are the gray shades of your life you would appreciate about as you are still juggling through your day, but still manage to get through it? I see Mohit smiling.
Working on
Oh,
my own self, something that I'm juggling with nowadays.
Yeah, Mohit?
yeah, yeah, I think life is like full of what they say, yin yang, right? Ups and downs, and the same people who are villains today are heroes tomorrow. That happens all the time. Um, for me, I think particularly today, when I went for the morning walk, noticed that there's a basket in which somebody has uh, collected the leaves like neem leaves, tulsi leaves, and put it very nicely for everybody who's walking to pick and consume those. So it's somebody is doing. I don't even know who does it, but like every morning, every other morning when I go for a walk, I notice this nice decorated basket with neem, tulsi, all those nice leaves in it for people, all the morning walkers to consume. So that's really some heroism happening in our local garden.
So unknown heroes that makes your day. That's amazing. So with this, we'll begin our meeting for the day and we'll continue on my teamwork theme in the upcoming sessions. So a typical Toastmaster meeting has three sections. The first one is prepared session where we have two speakers today. We have Toastmaster Akshat giving his icebreaker speech and we have Toastmaster Shivani. And then we will have our table topic session. So our table topic master today is Toastmaster Deepti, and she will be walking us through her wonderful topics that she has come up with. And then we will have our evaluation section at the end, where our speech evaluators will give their evaluation, and then our general evaluator will come up with her tag team. So with this, I'll hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Mehak. So we still
Thank you
have
so much.
a timer roll open, so you can take a nomination.
ഓ ഇപ്പൊ എന്തായിരുന്നു പരിപാടി? ആ വെള്ളമടിയാ?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am your general evaluator for the meeting today, and I'm delighted to take this role forward of evaluation. Now, as much as I would say that I can do this role alone, but the truth is, evaluations can never be done alone. So I have my team, that's the tag team with me, and together we will ensure that today's meeting is well observed, well supported, and filled with valuable feedback for all of you. So let's begin with our very first auxiliary rule that supports words and the blocks of communication. That is the role of grammarian. And today we have Toastmaster Mohit as the grammarian with all of us today. So let's have Toastmaster Mohit on stage for introduction as the role of grammarian.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehak. Hello, everyone, once again. As the grammarian for today, my role is to listen carefully to the language that is being used. I'll note down the good expressions and creativity, and I will also note down the areas where we can improve. To make things interesting, I will bring in a word of the day and a phrase of the day also. Going with the theme, I have chosen the word of the day as ambivalent. This means having mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about something. For example, the hero felt ambivalent about his victory, knowing that the villain was once his friend. Phrase of the day for today is walk the fine line. This means balance carefully between two extremes. For example, in today's job market, leaders must walk the fine line between being compassionate and being decisive. Please use the word of the day and the phrase of the day as much as possible in the meeting today whenever you get an opportunity. I would encourage everybody to show a thumbs up every time the word of the day is used by someone, and a double thumbs up every time the phrase of the day is used by someone. I'll come back again at the end with my report. And for now, handing it over back to our general evaluator. Back to you, Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for explaining your role so well and for giving us the word of the day as well as the phrase of the day. I would encourage everyone to use both of them in the meeting today. Next, we have someone who would play the role of an R counter, will keep a track of the filler words like those little R's and ums that we often don't even notice while in our speeches. So let's welcome on stage Toastmaster Hirinder for him to explain his role as an R counter.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Today I'll be playing a role of R counter, and my role would be to count all the filler words, so, and all the other words that we repeat to fill up the thoughts. Before joining the meeting, I was really ambivalent to join or not because of the thing that going at my home, especially with the situations. I'm really overwhelmed, but I decided to show up and see whatever help or part I can take. And with my little effort, I'll see we could walk the fine line or strike a balance in our speeches. So yeah, I'll be your R counter and present my report towards the end of the meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hirinder, for already setting the bar by using the word of the day as well as the phrase of the day. And thank you for explaining your role as an R counter so well. Now, let's have on stage and begin with a very important auxiliary role, that is the role of a timer, since time management is really crucial in any Toastmasters meeting. And to let you know, this role is still open. So if anyone from the meeting today would like to take this role, here the floor is open and it's your opportunity to take the role of a timer. Anyone who would want to go ahead and take the role of timer?
I can go ahead. I can go ahead with this.
All right. Thank you so much, Pooja. I would want to to come up on stage and explain your role as the timer for the meeting today.
Can you please come again, Mehak?
You
I
would
don't think
need to explain
it's our first meeting, I believe, right, Pooja?
Yeah. So if managing time that I can do, but what else as a time as a rule of setting timer, if anyone can explain.
Okay, Pooja, so you need to keep the track of time. We would be having 3 different sessions. The first one would be the prepared speech. So today we have the prepared speaker. That would be the speech for would be for about 4 to 6 minutes. So you would have to time the speaker and you would have to flash the cards. Once the 4 minute is up, you would have to flash the green card. I will share the cards with you.
Okay.
After 4 minutes, at 5 minutes, you would have to flash the yellow card, and at 6 minutes, the red card.
Okay.
Yes. For this is for the prepared speech. Coming to the cable topics, the card would remain up for 1 to 2 minutes. You would flash the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card at 2 minutes.
Okay.
And the last one would be for the evaluations for the speeches. Here you would need to keep a track of time for 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, you will show the green card, 2 minutes 30 seconds, yellow card, and at 3 minutes, the red card will be shown.
Okay. So can you just reiterate the second prepared speech and the second?
I'll text you. Mike, you can text her.
Okay.
Okay, I will text you for this.
Okay.
I will share the cards also with you.
Okay.
All right. So you want to explain your role once, or is it fine?
Yeah,
Just
I
have
can.
to
I can
reiterate the
just reiterate the second speech. The first is this prepared speech, and third is this evaluation speech. The second
the
speech.
second is
Second speech, sorry.
table topics, impromptu
Okay.
speaking session.
Okay. Impromptu. And the minutes that I need to flash cards
I'll
For
text
table
you.
topic,
for table topic. Yeah.
I'll text you,
Okay.
Pooja.
Okay. Okay.
I will share the cards with you. So this is my role as the general evaluator, and this is my team, the tag team, timer, R counter, as well as the grammarian. We'll meet you all in the general evaluation segment. Until that, keep using the word of the day and keep a track of time. Also keep a track of the R's and gums that you use in the meeting today. I will now present the stage back to Toastmaster Neetal to carry forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. I'd like to stay pinned, and I would like to go with you first. So, a few days back, Toastmaster Mohit asked about movies, and you have listed on 10 movies. I would like to have a fire round where I'll give a character name, and you have to decide whether it's a gray hero or a villain. You have to describe why, because that's where your favorite movies you have listed. So we'll go with the first movie. Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, Ranbir Kapoor, the Bunny Thapar. You're muted, Mike.
If I talk about the role specific, I believe that the ideology that he carried forward was something that made him my hero. And it was because of that movie only that I liked Ranbir Kapoor so much, and I have followed him through all the movies. So it is because of the message that the movie shared, and the kind of the character and the role that he played in that movie was something that I really adored. The message that they're trying to give was to live in the present moment and not to crib for life, like the life take you wherever it goes and wherever it takes you, in what direction it wants to take you, something like this sort of the message. So that was basically the reason that the hero figure was being shown, because of the kind of the message that was being shared in the movie.
That's true. Major Samar Anand from Jab Tak Hai Jaan, Shah Rukh Khan. Don't remember? Very good.
Yeah, I remember, but I'm just trying to recall like why can we consider it was because of the movie. I would say it was never because of a role like he played, but in that movie also, it was being shown that how you're supposed to live in the present moment. I think I have followed all those movies which have this kind of theme. So in that movie also, it was shown that if you are living in the present moment and not thinking about anything later, or where the life or where the course would take you, you would be able to balance your life really well, other than the other characters. They were thinking about what will happen, or where is the life going on. So basically because of that only, he became my hero in that movie.
Great. Thanks, Mike. We talk about heroes, villain, and the gray shades. So every character, as I said, can be any place. Like it might be a hero to me and a villain to you, based on the perspective that we carry. So when we talk about like my favorite series would be Marvels, where I might have literally like I had enough time, I believe, that I listed on all the movies that have come in sequence and have watched all the movies in the sequence. So the characters that I can picturize, like the Iron Man, he's a jugaad kind of guy. He has built a suit for himself rather than booking a cab and then flying. And we have some people who does that jugaad in our office, in our home, for everything. Then we have a Spider-Man who is a friendly neighbor who tries to solve our problems, give us the helping hand when required and when not required as well. And then we have Captain America, who is polite, punctual, and the guy who is in like family WhatsApp, who keeps texting you, even though there is not a reason to text. And then who sends you a good morning message every day, even though you're not replying. And then we have our Black Panther, who is like a boardroom battlefield and a family WhatsApp handle. Who speaks like a leader, fights like a guardian, and he still stands for you when you need him. And then we have Loki. Anyone remembers Loki character from the Avengers? Avengers fan here? No, not really. I got no Avengers fan. That's surprising.
Sorry, I was
I
speaking on
am,
mute.
I am,
I
but
loved the Loki's character.
So
The
you can
mix.
describe what you draw from the Loki's character.
Loki for me was a gray arc. He was someone who would change his sides as the tides would turn. So he would once support his brother because he wants to save the world, and at the other time he would take up the powers for himself, or even steal an important tenet from his family when he feels like that is important for him. So he was somewhere of a gray area where he would like keep switching between the sides for me.
Yeah, true, absolutely. And we have a person like Loki in our life, in everyone's life, I believe. Anyone want to talk about a person who resembles like Loki? No? You want to talk, Rashi?
I would say I am not sure who is Loki, and I have not seen any Avengers movie as such.
God.
Uh, So yeah, but when Akshat described it, I see a lot of times right now these days in my professional role or in personal life. Previously, I used to keep a lot of like I was not very much. I would say flexible about leaving my values or whenever somebody was having those opposing value, they were kind of villains for me. But then eventually, how life come across, and when you yourself in those situations, then you are in that gray area. You are trying to be more flexible, trying to understand and empathize with others, and then you even leave your own values sometime, which you are so dearly holding on to your chest, and you're like, no, these are like my core values. So yeah, I'm right now in that gray area. I sometime become a hero, sometime become a villain, and sometime in between I'm trying to figure out how to get that fine balance.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I am Loki, if you ask me.
So did anyone watch Joker here? The recent movie or the old one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are in same boat, Akshat. So I guess no Avengers fan here, no Marvel fans.
Hey, sorry, I am an Avenger fan. I don't know whether
Okay,
I'm audible or not, but yes, I'm not like I am a fan, but it's been years since I've gone back to those movies. But when they came out initially, I followed them and I loved them. Yeah,
amazing.
so no, don't worry, I'm there.
So, yeah. So the Joker, there was like first series that came up, I believe. So he was totally a gray shade character, though he was the main character of the movie. But when you see him, you will hate him. But then you will try to empathize also. So that's a gray shade area that we all live in. Well, now we'll move on to the next session, next meeting. Yeah, we'll go for our prepared speeches. The first one will be Toastmaster Akshit, and it will be evaluated by Toastmaster Pavani. So Toastmaster Pavani is from Hyderabad. She is a chartered accountant working with EY as a senior con in indirect taxation. She loves to learn new technology, especially Gen AI, and currently working on building Gen AI solutions in taxation. She also loves volunteering and mentoring students in EY Foundation. Pavani, I'll hand over the stage to you. You can give a quick intro of the Akshit's speech and the purpose.
Okay, thank you for the sweet introduction. Toastmaster Akshay is going to deliver his first speech, that is icebreaker speech, and the purpose of the speech is to introduce himself and tell us why he joined Toastmasters. I don't have Akshay's speech title.
My bad. Sorry, sorry about that. So shall I?
You can
Can
give
you
it the
give the
speech, I'll
speech
announce
title?
it.
Can you? I will introduce.
Maybe the 3 lessons of my life. That could be. I
Okay.
just came up with that. Okay.
Maybe the 3 lessons of the life, Toastmaster Akshay, Toastmaster Akshay. Maybe the 3 lines of the life. Go ahead.
Hi everyone. Imagine that you are a 7-year-old who has somehow got the access to the medical supplies at home. Now you take the medicines apart, mix them in water, take a syringe and fill it with this concoction. Your cousin who's visiting you, he sees you and starts making fun of the concoction you've created, assuming that it's the next penicillin. You're very angry. You take that syringe and you just plunge it into your cousin's thigh and run away. That kid was me. I was one of the most notorious, carefree kid on the block. I would get into all kinds of troubles. I was nicknamed Mowgli when I was young. And somehow I'd find ways to get out of them because I was good at studies. Hi, everyone. Hi, fellow Toastmasters. Today I'm here to share some stories around my life and the 3 lessons I learned with them. I was born and brought up in Shimla, where I did my entire schooling. Both my parents were engineers, and that meant that they were going for their respective government jobs in Shimla, while I was home alone. While being a sole kid, I was very pampered, but this home alone thing taught me to be very independent. When you're responsible for planning your entire day, doing your homework, planning for your own TV time, no one's stopping you, while making sure that you're accountable for whatever marks you get, that really makes you independent. You also have to be supremely likable to be a kid who's playing between the ages of other kids of ages 3 to 15 and is waiting for his turn to get the cricket bat. Any of you who come from small town here, if you could raise your hands. Great, I see a few hands. People who come from small town can resonate that there are only very limited options that you get when you once join, like leave your class 12. And for me, it was cricket. No, I'm just kidding. I also went the usual route and I did my BTech from NIT Hamirpur, where I mastered in electronics and communication. One story that stays with me is that my parents had known about the fact of ragging at the campus. So they took an apartment for me just outside the campus in the vicinity so that I could stay there for first year and then move back as I become senior. On 10th day of living in that apartment, I heard a lot of noise coming in from the attic. Couldn't sleep through the night. Next day, I woke up, called in my neighbors, and we found a huge snake was there in the attic. And I said to myself, it's better to live with the snakes who are seniors rather than living with the live snakes yourselves. And I decided to move back to the hostel. But at that time, the only room which was left for me was to be shared with three other mechanical guys. And I was very ambivalent about the fact that I'll have to share a room of two with three others. But it turned out to be one of the best decisions in my life. I ended up making some of the best friends. One of them was a guitarist. I learned from him. We used to jam every evening. And I also joined in the music club in my campus. 4 years went like a breeze, and I eventually joined in Oracle as a part of my final internship, final job. I didn't want to do the coding job for the rest of my life, and I always used to look up to a senior from IIM Ahmedabad. And I was not surprised by his marks, but I was always looking forward to the pictures he used to post on Facebook about his travel stories across US, backpacking during his own summer internship. And that made me think about doing MBA for myself. I did mine from XLRI Jamshedpur, majoring in marketing and finance. And I did get my own chance to do my international semester in Paris for 5 months, one of which was about studying, and the rest of the 4 months were all about just relaxing and backpacking across Europe. So that comes to the lesson that if you have fixated something in your mind, you will eventually get it because your brain will generally act as a compass for you. From then onwards, it's been almost 7.5 years. I've been working across in the industry. I started with Aditya Villa Group, and right now I'm working with BCG as a project leader for them. And all these years have taught me a lot more about having a no regret strategy. So this is something which I borrowed from Jeff Bezos, where he talks about if you look back at your life, you should never regret any decisions you took at that time. And for me, when I was in the second year of my college, I was about to leave. I proposed to a girl, well knowing that this might end up being a very long distance relationship, very difficult to get going. But then eventually it turned out well for me. And today she's my wife, and we just had a kid 1 month back. And that's something which I follow in both my personal and professional life. In the professional life, I went from a very cushiony job at Aditya Birla to a consulting life, which is very stringent and tough generally. But it has always given me that rewarding career, that diverse opportunities that I got. I hope some of this resonated with you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Let's give a standing ovation to Toastmaster Akshit for a wonderful icebreaker speech.
I just pull in a chair. Sorry.
Wow, an amazing speech. We'll take 1 minute for giving a feedback to Toastmaster Akshit in the chat. Please let me know once the 1 minute is done. One minute done. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Akshit, for introducing us to your life, and love to hear you more in further meetings. Next, we'll go to our next speech today. That's by Toastmaster Shivani. Toastmaster Shivani's speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Charu. So Charu is a data warehousing and data analytics professional. She is an IIT IIM pass out and author of the books Lady in the Mirror and You Are Mine, a TEDx speaker and a passionate Toastmaster. I'll hand over the stage to Charu to introduce the speaker, speech purpose.
Thank you so much, Neetal. Thank you for the introduction. And I'm very fortunate today to be able to evaluate a speech of Shivani Kumari. So I'll be evaluating her speech on the basis of the delivery, the content, basically the relevance of the content, and the overall experience of the speech. So with that note, I would say all the best to Shivani Kumari for her speech, When One Command Deletes Everything. Shivani Kumari, When One Command Deletes Everything. Shivani.
Thank you, Toastmaster Charu. Good morning, my fellow Toastmaster and guest present today. I am Shivani Kumari, and today I want to share my personal experience when I built my first month tech project. So, back in January 2024, I had a thought I should build a month tech project for my resume. But at that time, I knew only the front end technologies. I did not know anything about backend. So I decided first I learn the backend technologies and then I will create my own project. So after a few weeks of learning, I was ready to start. Searching for some tutorials and found one on YouTube. But the video did not give me much information about my project. It just showed the basic structure. So I decided I will take this as a reference, but I will create my own. I worked on my project day and night. I kept learning, writing code, fixing many bugs and errors along the way. After 7 and 8 days of hard work, one day around one night around 1 a.m., it was said to myself, yes, my project was almost done. And it was time to push the code on GitHub and deployed it. So I opened my terminal and typing some command step by step. But something went wrong. I ran a command by mistake, and in just a second, my entire code was deleted. Gone, just like that. I froze. I was in shock. For 2 minutes, I did not move. I could not believe it. I mean, I had been working 7 to 8 days straight, and everything I had written was just deleted. It was around 3 a.m. My roommates were asleep. It was cold outside, but I was sweating like it was summer. I could not believe it. I left my chair and lay down for 5 minutes just to calm my mind. But I could not relax. I got up again and finding solutions. I used ChatGPT, Stack Overflow, Gemini AI, everything trying I could. It was around 7 a.m. I was tired. I thought maybe I sleep. I should sleep now. But my mind was just would not stop thinking about how to get my code back. So I went to my bed and typing one more command. And then, boom, my entire code came back. I mean, that feeling, I could not describe it. It was like winning a war. So finally, I went to my bed with big smile on my face. And I messaged to my roommates and said, please don't wake me up before 12 p.m. This experience taught me a lot. I learned so much, not just about coding, but about my patience, problem solving, and stay calm in these kind of tough situations. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivani. Wonderful speech and love the articulation. We'll take a 1 minute to share our feedback with Toastmaster Shivani in the chat box. So with my theme, so we have seen many Bollywood, Hollywood movies. And as I mentioned, we have our own perspective. So there are some movies where we cannot decide whether a person was a hero or a villain. So some of the movies that I could recall, one was a Bazigar, where Shah Rukh Khan plays a vital role, an important role. but he's an anti-hero. He focuses on the revenge. He always wanted to get back to the father. And then the father becomes a hero. He becomes a soft person with whom we empathize. And then there is a movie, Agnipath, where Vijay Dinath Chauhan, he also is an anti-hero where he thinks about his heart is on right path, but he takes a bloody path and he tries to get back to the hero or the villain. Then anyone watched Godfather, the classic movie?
Yes.
So what do you think? I mean, was a hero the hero or the villain, or he has many shades?
Yeah, so it has many shades. Initially, if you've seen the Godfather, he's just a gentleman who's just trying to figure out how things are, and then with circumstances, he changes. He does, when he takes action on his brother and all. So his whole philosophy changes. But I think he chooses greater worse than something bad because he has no choice. So he tries to do whatever best he can do in those circumstances. And readers are left to judge him whether he did the right thing or if you place yourself in that situation and see. So, yeah, shades of gray, I would say.
Yeah, totally relate. So, Toastmaster Dipti, we were talking about movies, and you have listed on some of your favorite movies. What do you think about same Ranbir Kapoor character from A Jawani Hai Diwani? What do you agree with what Mehak said, or you have your own perspective?
Um, well, I would not want to. I did not, in fact, watch the movie for Ranbir Kapoor. I watched it more for Deepika Padukone because that's the kind of character I related to closely. And all throughout the school, the college life, we were disciplined from home to school and school to home kind of um set up where in between, of course, your classes and your tuitions and completing homework assignments and all that. Um, but there came a point in life when I felt the need to step out of those shoes and explore what's there outside, just to ensure um, whether there was something good that could be taken up, something not so good that can be left behind, or taking little calculated risks. Uh, so the moment I saw that movie, I could immediately connect with that character played by Deepika Padukone, and that's what I love about it. So I hope I didn't disappoint you with my interpretation about
No, not.
Ranbir. I love him as an actor, though, very
Yeah,
versatile. Yeah.
yep, true.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone has their own perspective, as I mentioned. Though you're watching the same movie, you relate with the different characters. And the same character can have a different perspective for every one of us. So there's Mohit mentioned some of his favorite movie. So the one I watched among his list was The Diplomat. So I would like to hear his thoughts about whether you felt John Abraham was a has a hero or the gray shades or the villain character because he was taking a step against Indian government.
Yeah, Neetal, my problem is that I can't remember the movie after having watched it, right? After a few days, I completely forget. So, so I seriously, I think you probably know more about the movie than I do. But John Abraham, I think in general takes up characters which are very meaningful, and that's what I like about John Abraham. And that's exactly what ended up happening in this movie also. He played a very relatable character and something that he worked hard to perform, it looked like. Other than that, I seriously don't know what exactly was the storyline like and what was his role.
So you became villain in my team.
No
So I
wonder
see
I
to
keep recording all these Toastmasters meeting and I watch them. I don't know if anybody else watches our Toastmasters meetings, but I keep recording these, uploading these, and I watch this
definitely.
like on my way to work and back, right? So just to keep it fresh in my memory.
That's amazing. So I see Toastmaster Bob joining us. So his favorite movie was Angry Men. So did you feel the judgment was anti-hero?
Have you watched the movie?
Yeah,
How
I
many of you have
watched it.
watched 12 Angry Men? I mean, this is a movie which does not really have a clear-cut hero or a villain in it. And why I love this movie actually is because it's the skill of negotiation. So if you really like, it's a single, the whole movie happens in one single room. Like that's it. And there's just 12 people in that entire movie.
Yes.
And it's how that one individual convinces or tries to work through the rest of the folks and bring them to his thought process. So I would not say anti. What is the question, Neetal?
Now, what was the judgment as per you? What was your perspective? What grades, what shades it falls into?
So it's not a gray movie. It's actually, I feel it's a very black and white. It's both black and white.
Yes.
There's no in between interpretation in the movie.
Yep.
Thank you. Back to you.
Thanks. So if anyone has not watched that movie, that's definitely a recommended movie to watch. So with this, we'll start our table topic session, and I'll hand over the stage to our table topic master, Toastmaster Dipti. So Dipti is a technical writer by choice and a Toastmaster by chance. I think you should change the write-up now. Over to you, Toastmaster Dipti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal. Yes, I'll certainly consider that suggestion and implement it. Well, welcome to the table topics section today. Table topics is a section where I will throw random topics at each one of you. You just have to raise your hand, volunteer, and speak for a minimum of 1 minute, maximum of 2 minutes, and we can give you grace of 30 seconds on the upper side. We want you to speak. Guests are more than welcome to participate in the table topic section. Well, that's how simple it is. Our timer will show us the timing cards as usual, and try and use the word of the day and the phrase of the day when you get an opportunity to speak. That is how we learn it by heart. So life is definitely complex. We all fall somewhere, sometimes either as villains or heroes or somewhere in between. But it is table topics. That is a playful area for all of you to explore. So do volunteer and participate. And with that, I'd like to invite the first volunteer on the virtual podium with a raise of hand. I would encourage an experienced Toastmaster to please take up a role. Okay, sure, Pavni. Welcome to Table Topics.
Thank
Right.
you.
Yeah, so I'll give you a light topic to begin with. Okay. Are you a coffee drinker or a chai drinker? Tea lover? That's not the table topic, just asking.
Oh, okay. Thank God it was not a table topic because neither I don't drink
Okay.
coffee or
Okay, right. So then I'll give you a different one. You witnessed weddings in the family, right?
yeah.
Right. Okay. Who do you think is the real hero at a wedding? The bride, the groom, or is it the caterer? Who do you think is the real hero at a wedding? The bride, the groom, or the caterer? Pavni.
It is a very interesting topic. how many of you recently went to a wedding, or is it your friends, or is it part of your family or relatives? Well, the last wedding I went to is of my friend, and I felt the hero of the wedding is absolutely my friend. She was very beautiful in all the, the makeup and the sari. She looked really beautiful. I felt she is the hero. I mean, not the hero, but she's the star of the entire event for sure. And it's like very. I never thought that, it's weddings are something mostly I don't like to attend. I prefer not to attend weddings, but it's because my best friend's wedding, I actually went there and I really enjoyed the wedding. And she was beautiful that day, and also she was having so much fun, I felt. Unlike most of the times it's very stressful, but she had a great time enjoying the wedding. That made me feel that no matter what day it is, you can always have fun and be in the present moment, enjoy the moment, because it's not going to come again, right? Marriage mostly happens once in a lifetime is what at least in Indian, yeah. So yeah, my friend was a hero for sure.
Absolutely, Pavni. Thank you so much. Yes. Um, for people who are associated with the bride and the groom, definitely the heroes are sitting on that sofa, coveted or decorated sofa. And for the rest of us who are attending the weddings, it's mostly the food. So that's what my thought is. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. All right, on my screen next up, I see Ashish. So, Ashish, let me give you another fun topic. Um, if excuses were superpowers, which one would be your speciality? If excuses were superpowers, which one would be your speciality?
Hello, everybody. Excuses as a superpower? I must say, this is one of the most craziest topic I have ever heard. Actually, for me, excuses are anti superpower. And throughout my life, if one thing I've tried to stay away from is excuses, and I am the one who believe trying harder, working harder is what brings us what we want in life. As they say, the only place where success comes before hard work is in the dictionary. And at least I don't want to live my life in the dictionary. I want to instead live my life in reality and enjoy doing things that I always do. For me, all the reasons we give ourselves becomes excuses and actually rob all the superpower we have. The biggest superpower that we all have been given by the Almighty is to design our future, is not only to accept what is coming, but to shape it. And I believe that is our superpower. And excuses are actually anti superpower in my view. What do you think, Toastmaster Dipti?
Absolutely. I saw your raise of hand, and I knew that this is the topic that I wanted to give it to you, Toastmaster Ashish, and I'm glad um, you shared a very intense 1 minute speech. So thank you for sharing your thoughts. Yes, that's the easiest recognition that we can give to excuses. They are the ones which are anti superpowers. Thank you. I would like to encourage a guest to participate, and then I'll come back to you, Hirinder and Shivani, and also I'll check with the timer on how many more topics we can take. So a guest, somebody who's very new to Toastmasters. Yeah. Uh, Ira, I heard you say you've come back to Toastmasters after some time. Would you like to participate in the table topics? I'll give you an easy one. Okay. Anybody
Can you hear
else?
me? I am having some
Yes.
trouble with my.
Okay.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good. Thanks. Sorry for that. My phone was not cooperating with me, and like
No
today is
problem.
Sunday, I don't feel like working.
That's okay. So you're ready for a table
Yeah,
topic?
I will give it a try.
Okay, sure. And let me ask you, are you a chai or a coffee drinker?
I'm an opportunistic drinker. जो बना के दे दो.
Okay. Then if you were drinking chai and that chai was a hero, what villain would be, what would be the villain in the chai? So if you were drinking chai and the chai was a hero, what would be the villain in the chai?
Great topic. I can. Chai is such a delicate drink, and it is so individualistic for everybody that everybody has their ratio of chai. Doodh kam, chini kam, less milk, less sugar, more water, more boiling, different types of tea. And this variation makes chai special. Now, in my case, I think, and that ties up to life also, is I like everything balanced and not in excess. And I don't like excess milk. I don't like excess boiled water, boiled, that kada chai that we talk about. I like things mellow in life also, in my chai also. And that is what I found in life. When things go to an extreme, if we boil it too much, make it too tough, or if you put a lot of milk and make it too heavy, uh, life goes out of line. It's off kilter. Uh, you know, there is, we have to walk the thin line of keeping everything in balance. Our family, our work, our self-interest, everything has to be in balance. And then at the end of the day, that beautiful, nice, warm, comforting cup of chai comes in your hand and you relish it. So balance in everything is the key. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Ira. What a wonderful analogy between and relating life with chai. Yes, each one of us appreciates our own flavors. And I also, as you were speaking, I started drawing direct inferences from how we like our tea to how we like our life. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Such a good food for thought and a topic for writing
It was a
from.
joy to and it was a joy to speak about it, and I am enjoying this table topic very much because
Thank
all the
you.
topics are so out of the box.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's check with the timer. Do we have time for one more topic? Then I can pick up. Yes, one more.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
I can,
And
I guess we can take till 10 more minutes.
awesome. Okay. So then we have enough time on hand. Hirinder, I had seen your hand up. It's down now. Okay, Rashi. Um, let's give you a nice one. Okay, Rashi. Tell me, everyday kindness or grand gestures? What do you think is truly heroic? Everyday kindness or grand gestures? What is truly heroic?
Thank you. Very relatable. So, for me, they both have their own meaning, and it depends on what the other person is for you. But I would, if you ask me to choose one, it will be, of course, everyday kindness. I experience every day that this is what actually gives you more happiness. Not what you are doing for the other person, but the sheer happiness of being able to do something and being a part of that experience, what somebody else is getting from that whole exchange. That is what I believe is very important, and doing it every day gives you uh, that sense of uh, happiness, that you are still in all the chaos and all the circumstances what you are facing, you can still be kind to others. And it is really your own choice. I believe that no matter what, if you choose to be kind, you will always do so. And when sometimes it happens that you have to be hard, it is actually taxing. It is actually very difficult for you. You act in a certain way to uh, convey something, but later on you realize that this is not I would choose to do every time. So yeah, and grand gestures, yeah, some days are like that, that you want to just go and do something out of the box and make that other person feel that they really deserve this grand gesture. So yeah, they both have their own place, but everyday kindness is the thing I would always choose.
Thank you, Rashi. So beautifully said. And my 2 cents to you. So, on days when you have to be hard on someone else and you realize it, be kind to yourself and let yourself know that it's okay. That was required. Fine. Thank you,
I'm learning.
Rashi.
Yeah.
Yes. So are we. That's why we are all here in this room. Thank you. All right, Hirenda, you're back with a raised hand. Here's the topic for you.
Yeah, it's by mistake like
Lowered the
clicked
hand.
on that.
That's okay. You still hold a chance. Don't worry. All right. So the topic for you is a fun one.
Mhm.
It is, if the traffic signal could talk, what heroic advice would it give? If the traffic signal could talk, what heroic advice would it give?
Okay. Uh, Very different topic. Thank you, Deepti, for giving me this topic. Let me just talk about it. So since childhood, we we are pushed to grow. We are pushed to achieve new, higher things. We are always pushed to continue our journey, whatever we want to pursue at school, friends, family, everywhere. We get a message that show must go on. Continue to do hard work, continue to do that thing, continue to do. But in that case, the very important thing that we forget is to pause and reset your goal, assess where you are and how you are making progress. And that signal, if it can talk, especially when it asks you to pause, gives you and talks to you in your face that how you are going. Are you overspeeding? Are you overburdening yourself? Or are you too slow to catch up? Or you're not taking the frequent pause that you are supposed to. So if the traffic signal could talk, I think it would talk to you one to one, or we say uh, man in man in the eyes, and discuss which with your inner self that how you are making progress. Obviously, everyone has a destination. We will get there, but how we are getting there? Are we overspeeding? Are we ignoring the surroundings, the beautiful nature? Because as people say, life is a journey. It's not the destination. So if you're not enjoying the journey, there's no meaning. So yeah, if traffic signal could talk, I think I would have these conversation at some point. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Deepti.
Thank you so much. Amazing, Hirenda. Um, uh, you just made us feel that uh, the next time we look at the traffic signal, we will we will actually look at it, take a pause, and reflect inside for that moment of calm amidst the traffic rush. Thank you so much. And I think we can take one last topic. Bob, you're a honed speaker. Can I give the opportunity to Deepak first?
Sure. No problem.
Thank you. Hi, Deepak.
Hi, Dipti.
Yeah, happy to see you. And let me give you a topic. Okay, Deepak. Would you rather save a friend or save a stranger? Who will get your helping hand? Would you rather save a
Okay.
friend or save a stranger? Who will get your helping hand?
Uh, I think it's a very selfish topic because I believe that I'm going to save a friend. Am I audible?
Yes, Deepak.
Okay. I'm going to save a friend because I'm very much connected to all my friends. They are my lifeline. I cannot imagine my life without a friend. So if I get an opportunity that if I have to save a friend or a stranger, I will save a friend. But if there is a situation when I have to save between me and a stranger, then I could think of. But definitely between a friend and stranger, friend come first. It's a selfish act, but sometimes we all become a selfish. Most of the time we become a selfish and take those acts because this really means a lot to us. That's it.
Thank you, Deepak. I would beg to differ. This is not a selfish act. This is rather a selfless act where you're choosing a friend and probably the stranger when it comes to between you and the stranger to choose from. Um, so amazingly put together. Thank you. And well, it is definitely context sensitive. Who knows, when you go ahead helping a stranger, they might turn out to be your
Yes.
friends. So,
Right.
all right, thank you. With that, I wind up with the table topics. Thank you, and over to you, Neetal, for as the table Toastmaster of the
Toastmaster.
day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dipti. It was a wonderful table topic session. And you have tried giving the topics based on your familiarity with the speaker. And kudos to you. So we'll conclude the tabletop Toastmaster of the Day theme. When you see someone, you form a judgment. You label it. The colors pink, yellow, white. We always label our colleagues, our friends, our relatives, our siblings. So someone might be a hero in the morning and the villain in the night. Some lessons that we can draw, and again from my favorite Marvel series, I'd like to share and conclude the theme. So when I see an Iron Man movies or the character, it's like it keeps trying new things, breaks something in between, but then fix it faster and better. So always come up with a better solution for all the mess you have done. The Spider-Man, quite local, kindful, fixes things in the neighborhood area and amazes every time with his new skills. Tries to be as friendly as possible. You can try that out. Then we have our Captain America, who is polite and firm. And even when it's awkward, it tries to do it. And sadly, they have changed the Captain America now. And then we spoke about Loki, the gray shade area. So change yourself with in the company of the other person. Be kind if you have to be tough if you have to be. So have that gray shades in you so that you can walk the talk, not rather than let someone dictate you. And then we have our Batman, who is low ego, but high impact fixes. Doesn't take selfies, but always come up with a solution. And then we have our Joker. Voice for fun is easy, but creation takes courage. So the character that Joker has played, its restless is marvelous. I don't think anyone can come up very close to him. And it is not an easy to build that kind of character. Watch the movie and understand why it is so typical to even build the character. And then from our Bollywood, we can always be like Geet from Jab We Met, be courageous, be on spot, take what comes up, and reflect back. Or like the Rancho from Three Idiots. Have that curiosity, be the hero if you have to be, or the villain you have to be. And then we can also be like Gabbar Singh or like Mocambo, take the revenge in the way it has to be taken. Don't be polite when you have to take a revenge. Be the villain, be the hero, have all the shades you have to be, and live the life. I'll conclude my teamwork theme and I'll call upon stage our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal, for this beautiful summary of the theme that you shared with all of us. Greetings once again, everyone. I am the general evaluator for the meeting, and let's start over with our evaluation segment with the prepared speech evaluations first. So let's first call upon stage Toastmaster Pavni, the speech evaluator for Toastmaster Akshay. Master Pavni, can you? Thank you. The stage is yours. Please carry on evaluation for our first speaker.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests, especially the target speaker, Toastmaster Akshay. Congratulations for delivering your first Toastmaster speech, that is your icebreaker. Your speech actually reminded me of my icebreaker, the time when I was so nervous. I just spoke so fastly as it's a bullet train. But you have done excellently. You were very confident, and I did not find that you're not nervous at all. And watching your speech, watching you speak, I felt you have this three superpowers, I can say. 3S, which I would like to say highlight, which I observed. Firstly, strong opening. You shared about the childhood narrative of you punching your cousin. I was very ambivalent, like what is he trying to do? And that really hooked me to the speech. I wanted to hear more what you have to say. And not only the start, even during the entire speech, you tried to engage us by asking questions like how many of you are from small town. That kept us engaged, not like a monologue. Second is the structure. The way you structure the entire speech, starting from the place where you were born, Simla, and telling about your parents and the childhood, then the college, the time with your best friends, then your MBA journey, finally your career, and that you are married and you are recently a kid. It helped us to visualize your entire story, your entire personal story, and also by sharing something so personal, you made us all related to you beyond the speech. And finally, third is you are a spontaneous speaker for sure. The way you have used the word of the day, ambivalent, which tells that you are really good speaker, and also you added the humor, like saying it's better to live with seniors who are like snakes rather than to live with the real snakes. That added so much humor and everyone were having fun. Now coming to the two recommendations I have for you. First of all, movement. Please ensure that you don't walk it represents that you are slightly nervous. And although it is your first speech, I have one tip which I got from the Toastmaster community. Always keep your upper body flexible and your lower body firm to the ground, and move purposefully. Maybe for every transition you want to make, move from one side of the stage slowly to the center and then to the other. This would show that you are a confident speaker. The second recommendation I have is about the purpose. While you shared about your personal life journeys, you did not share with us why you have joined Toastmasters. By sharing that, you could have walked that fine line of sharing your personal stories with connecting it to the purpose, and we could have known more why you have joined Toastmasters. Finally, to summarize, great start, well structured speech, and very spontaneous speaker. Coming to the recommendations, use the stage well, and always remember to include the purpose going forward in your speech. Apart from that, you are a natural speaker, and we are looking forward to more speeches from you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pavni, for giving your valuable feedback for Toastmaster Akshit's speech. Since it was an icebreaker, so I'm sure that he would apply this feedback in the following speeches. Next, let's have on stage our second evaluator, that is Toastmaster Charu, who will provide the evaluation for our second speaker, that was Toastmaster Shivani. Can we have Toastmaster Charu on stage to carry forward with the evaluation?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehak. So it was a pleasure to listen to and evaluate Toastmaster Shivani Kumari's speech, When One Command Deletes Everything. It was a very inspiring story about how she overcome her challenges. Initially, during the speech, she let us know about her inhibitions, about knowing about front-end technology and not about back-end technology, and she overcame them through self-study, which was quite inspiring. Overall, the speech and the content was very heartfelt and genuine. The gestures were good. They were up to the mark. The way she was speaking and her body language and her eyes and her expressions were in tone with what the speech content was. The only recommendation I have is that the speech could have uh, certain linearity. As of now, there were quite a few pauses in between, which gave an impression that the speaker had not prepared well in advance. By preparation, I mean preparation of preparing the speech, speaking it 6 to 7 times before the actual presentation. So that kind of thing could have been better. Apart from that, I don't have any other recommendation. It was heartfelt and it is, and in the content there were so many iterations which was used as a a literary tool, like iterating that I deleted everything. So to make impact, it was iterated quite a few times, and it did not seem boring, because that was the situation. Similes were there, like it was a cold day and I was sweating like a summer day, so I could really go down that trip. So I would say that the speech was very inspiring. It provided us with a slice of life. To me, it was very nostalgic, because when I was also starting off in my career, it happened that I did not delete my code. I actually ran a recursive RM minus R on client's data on client's machine, and it gave me a few sleepless nights. And when I actually came clean and told that this is what happened, and they said it's okay, nobody uses this environment, so you don't worry about it. But I could really relate, because I was calling up folks that I did this. How can I recover those files? They were saying we go back to the tape and get that file. So it really made me go down the trip and memory lane. And I'm sure all of you listeners would have also, related to it through the journey of one challenge or the another. And finally, the takeaway for me is that through patience and being calm, we can overcome any problem. So a big kudos to you and congratulations on completing successfully.
Thank you, Toastmaster Charlie.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Charu, for covering evaluation for Toastmaster Shivani's speech. Now, moving forward, let's have our cat team players to evaluate. First, let's call upon stage our grammarian for the making, share his report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. Yes, I'm ready with my report. I have noted down some good and some not so good usages of the English language from today's session. So let's start off from what went well today. There were a lot of things that I could note down which were really good. Like Shivani used I froze, work day and night. Charu used philosophy, spice of life, inspiring nostalgic inhibitions. Deepti used the phrase step out of those shoes, calculated risks, coveted. Bob used negotiation. Ashish, only place where hard work comes before success is the dictionary. Anti superpower, which is opposite of superpower. Ira used optimistic drinker and mellow. Deepak used the word selfish. Hirinder, the show must go on. Pavani, monologue. Mehek, adore, keep the bar high, gray area. Akshit used the words like notorious, supremely likable, vicinity, attic, brain like a compass, no regret strategy. Now, what could be done better is what I noted here. Somebody said most craziest. Now, while this can be used to make an emphasis and could be a figure of speech, however, the correct usage does not need most to be there when you're using the word craziest. It could be this is the craziest thing that has ever happened directly. Um, so something that we should be aware of that when we are using it, we bear in mind that the correct usage, and if you're using it for emphasis, then yes, you can use that. Become a selfish should have been become selfish. Somebody used fastly, so there's no such word called fastly, it is fast, right? I reached there fast, not fastly. Somebody said argumented, the correct word is argued. And the pronunciation for this word is gesture. We have a tendency to use gesture or something like that, if I heard that right, but the correct pronunciation is gesture. So those are the few things where we can improve based on today's meeting. As far as the word and the phrase of the day goes, Pavani, Hirinder, Mehek, and Akshit used the word of the day. The Hirinder also used the phrase of the day. So we can have a round of applause, especially for Hirinder and also for everybody else who used the word and the phrase of the day. Word of the day today was ambivalent, and phrase of the day was, I forget it myself. Actually, what was the phrase of the day?
Fine
Walk the
line.
fine line.
Walk the fine line. Yes, exactly. Yes. So let's make this word and the phrase of the day part of our everyday vocabulary. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Mehek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for sharing a detailed report as the grammarian for the making, where you emphasize the good usage and the not so good usage of the grammar, and also share the usage of the word of the day by different speakers. Now let's have on stage Toastmaster Hirinder to present his report as the
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. It's pleasure to listen to all the eloquent speakers and make some notes if possible. Although there was very rare chances that I got to witness few filler word, but I have made some note and I will share. So starting with my mentor, Mohit, I noticed the few ends, and I believe those are the connecting word, connect use as a connector. So I'm just mentioning. If you want to use and every time. Next is Toastmaster Neetal, where I see the excess use of so. If I go next, guest puja, use and ah once. Toastmaster Pavni, use and ah once. Akshit used thrice and ah thrice as well. Toastmaster Mehak yourself used and couple of times. Toastmaster Charu used ah 6 times and so 5 times. And you know twice. Toastmaster Shivani, except one time are used, absolutely no filler word used in Toastmaster Shivani's speech. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Shivani. Toastmaster Dipti use ums. Those are the either the expression or the word. It just came out. I could not figure out, so I've just made a note. So forgive me if I'm over exaggerating there. Toastmaster Bob used twice. Um, Toastmaster Era used twice. Toastmaster Rashi used so 4 times. And thereon, these on multiple times. And last is Toastmaster Deepak used twice the word ah. That's it from my side. Back to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hirinder, for sharing your report as the R counter for the making and keeping a tab on the R's and Ums as well as the filler words that were being used in the making. Now, I would like to share the report as the timer for the making. For the prepared speech session, it was the first prepared speaker, Toastmaster Akshit, took 5 minutes and 23 seconds, whereas Toastmaster Shivani took 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Coming to the cable topic speakers, the seconds. Starting with Toastmaster Pavni, she took 1 minute and 46 seconds. Toastmaster Ashish took 1 minute and 21 seconds. Toastmaster Ira took 1 minute and 35 seconds. Toastmaster Rashi took 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Toastmaster Hirinder took 1 minute and 53 seconds. And Toastmaster Deepak took 1 minute and 17 seconds. Now coming to the evaluators, Toastmaster Pavni took 3 minutes and 53 seconds while evaluation, and Toastmaster Charu took 2 minutes and 43 seconds while evaluating the speech. Now, this was the report as the timer for the making. I would also like to thank Toastmaster Pooja, who helped in the timing initially. Now, coming to the report as the general evaluator and covering the details of the meeting today. The meeting started a little late. We were off of the time. It started around 3:40. It started around 10:40. Then Toastmaster Rashi took over as the Sergeant Camps for the meeting, and she shared a personal story with all of us. So that was the perfect start to the meeting as the Sergeant Camps, where she first shared a story and then followed, she shared the guidelines and the ground rules for the meeting in any of the Toastmasters meeting. Toastmaster Mohit, our presiding officer, took over and he took the introduction for the guest. He also asked all of us like what is one thing that is concerning something that is of concern nowadays in our life, and he also shared the message that it is the job structure that is being changing. So a good start to the meeting. He engaged all of us initially in the first half itself, asked us to write our comments about what was something that is concerning all of us. Coming to Toastmaster Neetal, our Toastmaster of the day, she was brilliant with her theme today for the meeting. I really loved the theme. Toastmaster Neetal carried forward the theme so beautifully. She used examples from the movies. From the start itself, I believe that she shared the characters that have been painted as villains and heroes from different movies and different web stories. She took all of that and she shared that what is something that is being like shared as something being called as villains and then heroes, and then how they play a role in our life, how she portrayed that. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Neetal. That was very creative and relatable way to introduce the theme for all of us. Moving on, she also took some of the members as well as the guests and asked them that how these characters have played the role in their life and how they have termed it as hero or villains. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Neetal, for a brilliant lineup of the theme for the meeting and how you balanced it throughout. Moving on to our prepared speakers, both of them shared personal stories, and the evaluators, the effervescing members, have also covered and highlighted the strengths as well as the areas for improvement for both of the speakers. So kudos to evaluators as well as both of the speakers. Coming to our table topic master, Toastmaster Deepthi, she had a wonderful lineup of the topics that were simple, relatable, and in line with the theme for the meeting also. Many members, as well as the guests, eagerly participated in this round. So that was the mark of a well-led session. So kudos to you, Deepthi. Now coming to the tag team, our role players today performed with energy. That was Timer, Grammarian, as well as the R counter. The Toastmaster Mohit, as the grammarian, shared the good usage and the not so good usage of the grammar. R counter shared with us the R's and Gams, the number of times that they have been used in the meeting and how we can improve upon it. As far as the timing is concerned, I believe there was one disqualification in the evaluation segment. Other than that, all of us have prepared really well for the meeting. Overall, it was a meeting full of stories, full of learning, growth, opportunities for all of us. So thank you so much, everyone, for making this Sunday much more worthwhile. Just a recommendation for the meeting would be that let's have all of us joining in time for the meeting. So the meeting was scheduled for 10:30. So let's join 5 minutes before the meeting starts, maybe at 10:25, so that we can have a great meeting throughout. Thank you. I would now pass on the stage back to Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. So I concluded my theme. So I'll pass on the stage to our presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. A huge round of applause. What a fantastic start to the day and such an amazing theme, something we all could relate with. Very engaging session, personally taking a lot back. And today we also saw Akshit's icebreaker speech. So congratulations, Akshit, for that. And that marks the beginning of your journey in Toastmasters. I know that you want to attend offline meetings as well, and I have to come back to you soon. There is a lot of offline activity happening. So we will be in touch and you can avail those benefits. And that's not just for you, for everyone who's a Toastmaster. Remember that once you're a member in any meeting, it could be online or offline, any club, then you can attend the meetings anywhere in the world, and you can even give speeches and take up roles there. So that's something we all must avail of. Okay, with that, there is a voting link and feedback link on the group chat. So please take a minute to fill that out. And while we are doing that, I would like to take a couple of comments from our guests, especially Pooja. You were also the timer of the day today. How was your experience today? In a few words.
First of all, I apologize. There was something wrong with my camera, so must be some technical glitch. Once my internet dropped, and when I restarted the meeting, but like the camera didn't work again. So after that, I look at it, what happened to it. So coming back to the meeting. Yes, everyone spoke very nicely, very structured way, and Akshit, I appreciate I like send best wishes and for next speech in upcoming meetings, and because today's this go I felt the screen presence was good, and it could be better. Like you will be more, what do you say? You polish yourself in upcoming meetings. I'm sure that will happen. And yeah, the meeting was, and Mehak took over my time flagging role as well. And thank you for that. Yeah, it was good till now.
That's really great, Pooja. Yeah, that's the spirit of Toastmasters. That like the show goes on and we help each other whenever an opportunity or whenever something like that happens. So we look forward to you attending more meetings and joining, making up your mind to join Toastmasters also soon. I see that everybody else, Bhanuteja, you haven't spoken much. Would you like to share your experience of the meeting today? Bhanuteja Rao, are you there? Okay, so I hope by now everybody has filled out the feedback forms. If not, please take a moment to fill that out. This is your club and your inputs, your feedback is taken very seriously. So as we prepare for our club success plan, we will take into account every input that came in the moments of truth which happened recently, and also every feedback that comes as part of these meeting conclusions. So do keep that seriously. It's not really a club success plan; it is the member success plan. So that is where you come in. And with that, we conclude today's meeting. And as we return back to our normal lives, let's remember the lessons that we've learned today and let's keep in touch. On behalf of everybody at Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club and Storytellers Club, I thank you everyone for being here. Guests, if you would like to join us, please do reach me and we can take the membership forward. Let's now declare the meeting officially closed. Thank you very much. Keep smiling, keep shining. Yes, Neetal, over to you.
Let's
Take a
take a
picture.
pic.
Let's
Yeah.
take a pic. Yeah, of course. Yes. Let's take a picture. Let's
You're not
everybody.
announcing the winner?
I won't be able to announce the winner because I need to collate it, right? Maybe you
Okay,
can, if you
fine.
can help with these picture and all, I can
Yeah,
try
sure.
and see if I
Yeah,
can collate that in quickly.
sure. Let's have pics. Adipti, Rashi, Mukesh. Let's have camera on. Mehak, you vanished again. Have a camera on. Where is Toastmaster Adipti? Toastmaster Mukesh has been a silence prisoner today. You have not spoken a word, Mukesh.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, I'm taking a pic. Okay, done. So Toastmaster Adipti, you're there? You missed the pic.
Yeah, I just came back.
Okay, let's have one more. Please on your camera.
What do you want me to do?
On your camera. I'll take a pic. The Toastmaster Rashi got vanished again. No patience. Yeah, I'll take a pic. Thank you. Yep, done. Thanks, everyone.
So yeah, we do have the winners actually by now. So I can announce that the best prepared speaker for the day goes to Toastmaster Akshat. It's a huge round of applause for Akshat. The best table topic speaker today goes to Toastmaster or potential Toastmaster Ira. So there was a very tight competition there, as I can see from the data here. The best evaluator today goes to Toastmaster Pavani. Round of applause for Pavani. And the best role player of the day goes to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neetal Jain.
So I'm hero of my story.
The best, where is our best auxiliary role player gone? Okay. I don't see the votes for the best auxiliary role player, so we can maybe applaud for all of the role players. There's something about the feedback form that I still need to fix, it seems.
You
And
had right.
it doesn't still
Just
seem
choose
like,
one option. Okay.
yeah, for some reason it doesn't show for me here, right? The best auxiliary role player. So we will fix
Okay.
that. But
Okay.
in general, everybody has loved the meeting. There are a couple of comments. There's all the good comments here. I think great session. Love the energy. Kudos to people for taking up multiple roles. Okay, so all good things here, right? Thank you. And with that, I think we are ready to close the session for today.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank
Have a nice
you.
day.
Bye bye.
Thank you.